All right, we're in. Done it. We're in grand finales. EnesBRT versus Shade, also known as Potatus. The long-awaited match.
I'm so sorry, EnesBRT. Your projectile barrier is useless. Unless he wants it for the castle archers or something.
We've got the classic dead brawlouts happening in the middle.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Coming in.
These sickles are actually doing some AoE work for once. You get to actually see their use case.
And there's a decent amount of them too. One of these is just heading straight off. Oh, that's a retreat, not an attacker. Understandable. It looks like Shade is maintaining that control after the voluntary retreat from EnesBRT. Now, EnesBRT has got the mining. They both got mining shackles. Where is the? I guess. It's interesting. We've seen a couple ninjas this tournament, but honestly, I don't think we've seen them fully utilized to their maximum potential here. But Shade is convinced that they're well enough to keep inside this deck build. We've got the.
Hey, if Shade's gonna user control it, then I'm all for it.
Right. I don't think we've seen him user control it yet, though, which is why I'm concerned. But we do have the castle archers fighting back the dead. The economy has not stopped for either of them, which is good, but the economy a little bit better for Shade, who has center control currently. It'll be interesting to see how EnesBRT decides to fight back on that. And it looks like a Spiriton was the right answer. Yes, a couple sickles aren't going to be able to take out that.
That's how I can tell a couple sickles to screw off real quick.
And 4 sickles coming from behind. Actually, looking like a pretty prominent offense from EnesBRT right now.
That's all Shade has.
That is, unless there's more hidden in the back, but I don't think there is. We do have a Spiriton spawning. Yeah, you're right. It is late. It's definitely late. Ooh.
Oh, he had a Zyphos, though. He was hiding a Zyphos.
Oh, the Zyphos coming out.
All right. Now we got a game.
Wow, units are just spread across the battlefield right now. With some going over to retreat.
This is a real battle.
Yeah, this is a real battle right here. This is what you call Lord of the Rings. Shade's still chasing down that Spiriton, gonna give him some trouble, but now going back to center. Classic dead spawn. I think the dead's gonna be able to take. I think the dead could take him.
It's gonna change the game.
No, maybe not. Next time. Still strong economy from both people and an army of sickles coming out. So many sickles being out here.
Ooh, Zyphos just murdering 3 Sickle Wrath with his jump. That was an excellent placement.
Do you feel like it's better for the control whip to be focused more on? I mean, there is no control whip in this case scenario, but the hero to be focused on lower health units or the Spiritons? Like, what's the better bang for your buck?
I honestly think Zyphos is amazing at just murking the lower health guys, but it kind of just depends what they're using. If it's just like, miners or Sword Wrath, maybe not too big of a deal. If it's like a bunch of Sickle Wrath, maybe you want to start taking care of them.
For sure. Ooh, even though this battle's happening right at the doorstep, the economy does not stop from EnesBRT. Still building up that cash flow. But now we got the hero coming in. Oh, and the Spiriton's got to intervene. Got to protect the troops. We've had our first retreat of miners, which could be the sign of a match not going in the retreater's favor. But it's still pretty even, I would say. It's still pretty. It's not definitely callable yet.
I think it's unfortunate because this was kind of a loss for EnesBRT based on deck matchup alone.
Is it because the spell slot was wasted, you feel, with the
yeah, just without that hero or something. Like, Shade doesn't even have to use his ninjas, but if he wanted to, that would be a new problem. The Zyphos has just kind of been constantly a problem. All EnesBRT can do is Spiriture. So it's a little
It's like it's tug and pull. It's just every time Shade tugs a little bit more than EnesBRT can pull. That's kind of the problem here.
Yeah, the longer this goes on, the harder it gets.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because he gets those waves of Spiritons, but and sending out the miners to attack. The classic falling on your sword, in a way, ever since Stick Empires.
Falling on your pickaxe.
Yeah. It's going to be a pretty quick one here, I'm assuming.
Nice projectile barrier, buddy.
Yeah. Perhaps it's an admission of maybe not the best slot filled out. But it's also tough when you don't know what the other person's deck's going to have too. And again,
yeah, I think he was trying to predict Q2 maybe.
It could be, and I don't think Potatus had used him yet previously, but we'd seen so many with Necromancers that like you have that hero come out at you and you're not prepared, it's going to be very. I think in the future, if best of 3 matches were to happen and stuff, you'd be able to kind of adapt your decks a little bit more to each other. But that, like you said, I think that was just a situation of one wrong selection in a deck that could have what made the victory for Potatoes, because there was very similar decks was the thing. They're very, very similar. It's just you needed that wild card, which was the hero, and EnesBRT just didn't quite have that. I keep calling it EnesBRT. I'm sorry, EnesBRT. That's my bad. But
I kind of like that you keep calling him EnesBRT.
Yeah, maybe that's
like his iceberg lettuce.
Right. But EnesBRT coming in at second place, definitely an admirable position, while Potatus surpassing to be first, which is understandable given that I believe he was one of the first seeds, if not the very first seed. Definitely a high-ranking player, and whose strategies were able to show pretty prominently through the tournament. And I also believe he's had a couple of different deck changes too, so Potatus might have even been adapting to different matches that he'd watched on stream or something like that, just to get the most bang for his buck. But ultimately, Potatus pulling in the victory, being the first winner of the Stick Wars 3 PuniEsports tournament series, which we'll hopefully have many more of, and there'll be many more opportunities for people like EnesBRT and Necromancer and Ace's Son to pull back and perhaps get some victories of their own. But definitely a really wild showing from everybody.